Cancer, welcome to your October 2024 reading. I hope all is well in your world today. Thank you so much for joining me. I've got some new cards here that I'm going to use to find your general energy, general theme of your reading. They are beautiful. They are Woodland Wardens by Jessica Rue, and they're absolutely stunning. They've got plants and animals in, two of my most favourite things. I used to be a florist, so once a florist, always a florist, obsessed with plants and flowers. So let us find you three cards to give you a little bit, maybe even a tidbit of advice, but hopefully a general theme, a general bit of energy for this reading. So we've got the Ram and the Dahlia has popped out there, which is gorgeous. I love a dahlia. Determination. The Fox and Ivy, adaptability. And, oh, this is a cute one. The Mouse and the Buttercup, innocence. Okay, so determination, adaptability and innocence. So I think this month is going to be very much about you being persevering, having perseverance, being persevering. Anyway, persevering, really being determined to go towards something this month, and also just not being afraid to be adaptable, to be organic in the way that you're moving through the month. And maybe just with a little bit of an innocent focus, rather than being very focused on something, just being really, just letting things happen as they happen and just rolling with it. So let's have a little bit of a look using our Rider-Waite deck. We'll find some recent past energy for you, Cancer. Okay. So 3 cards for your recent past energy. We've got the Two of Pentacles and we have the Knight of Wands and we have the Tower card. Okay, right, so the Two of Pentacles is all about finding balance. It's about juggling something. It may be juggling your time, it may be juggling your resources. It generally is something financial when we talk about the Two of Pentacles, but it doesn't have to be. It can be just juggling something, work-life balance, family time, something like that. So we've got the Knight of Wands and he is moving towards his hopes, passions and dreams. He really, is intent on finding his passions and living them and being, sort of making them part of his day-to-day life. And then we've got the Tower card, which is quite interesting because I just did a reading for you that I couldn't continue on, and the Tower was in that as well. So I think you are, or you have had, or you're living through something that's the Tower card is when the universe swoops in and changes the route that you're on. So it may well be that, you are looking at something shiny and you're like, oh, I'm going towards that and that's for me. And the universe will then step in and say, actually, that's not the path you're meant to be going on. Let's just change this and set you off on this different path. So it could come in the form of a change of job, something, maybe a redundancy that you're completely not expecting. It could be an end of a relationship. It could be anything. It could even just be a shift in the way that you're thinking. It can be a bit of an epiphany moment. So something could happen and then it just completely changes the way that you look at something, and then it can change your life and change your trajectory. The Tower is a great card because it's getting you on the path that you need to be on. It can look quite scary because and it can feel quite scary because we don't like change, do we, generally? It's, we just like to know where we're up to. And when things happen that are just completely come from nowhere, which is how the Tower works, it can make us feel a little bit out of sorts. But we need to know that, down the line, you're going to be thinking, oh, thank goodness that happened because, I'd still be there at that rubbish job, or I'd still be in that relationship that, but I've got this amazing thing now, this amazing person. So, it is a really positive card. So let's have a look at 3 cards. Oh, that one's just flying out, and that one, as our clarifiers. So something's happening. Let's look at this as an overall. Something's happening where you're really having to juggle something. It could be time, it could be money, you know, whatever it is. But you decided that you want to move towards your passions and joys, the things that make you happy, the things that make you want to get up in the morning. And so the tower's swooping in and changing something, and hopefully opening the path upwards so that you can head in that direction. And don't forget, this is past energy. So we've, you know, as clarifiers, we've got the 7 of Pentacles, and that's all about weighing up whether the work you're putting into something is actually you're getting the rewards from it. And we've got the King of Swords, and that's, he's starting to, well, he sees things clearly. He's not starting to, he sees things clearly. And I think you've all of a sudden, or you know, this is something that's been brewing for a while. You're seeing things as they are and you want to make them change. And so we've got the Victory card here as well, which is, you know, people cheering you on because they can see that you're going towards the right things. You know, the man in the Victory card, in the 6 of Wands, he's come home from war and he's being cheered on. So people may realise, the people around you, that you've been through a difficult time and things haven't been ideal for you, and they're really cheering you onwards towards this change that's the Tower's bringing in. So, and obviously the Ram and Dahlia, we've got the determination, so that's, I think, going to come into play for you, and adaptability over the, you know, the current moment or the future. So let's have a little bit of a look. Let's have 3 cards for Cancer's general energy of the moment. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the 2 of Wands. So this literally is just exactly what you want to be happening after the Tower. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, so that's telling us that the wheel's turning, things are beginning to change. You know, nothing ever stays the same, nothing's static. Sometimes we have good times, sometimes we have bad times, and you're on a positive change, so you're heading towards better times, something better in this scenario. So coming into this reading, you know, you have to sort of focus on the thing that's on your mind at the moment, the thing that you're dealing with at the moment. So, you know, you could have opened this reading and you could be having a relationship issue, or you're fed up with work, or, you know, and just apply what I'm saying to your scenario. So whatever's happening at the moment, things are getting better, the wheel's starting to move, things are starting to turn towards a positive outcome for you. We've got the Page of Pentacles, so he is bringing you the gift of something that will help you to move forward on your Wheel of Fortune journey. So it could be an opportunity of a new job, it could be bringing you some finances, it could be an email popping in the post saying that what about this course, something that you can go on and learn something new. So we've got the two of Wands after that, and he stood looking out over the horizon with the world in his hands. So the choice that you can make now, and the choices that you can make, you've got the world in your hands, anything's open to you, you've got a choice to make, you know, you've got decisions to make about where you want to go, and you know, that's entirely on you, it's up to you. So how exciting is that? And I think I'm being drawn to the mouse and butterfly there. I think, you know, you need to come I don't think it's actually an accident that it's the number 0, and that in the tarot is the Fool. And so the Fool card is the beginning, is like a leap of faith of stepping out into the world with an air of innocence about himself. And I think this is what the Mouse and Buttercup is telling us, that you can step out into the world with, you know, take a leap of faith, do something new. The choice is yours, anything could happen. So let's have a little look at, we've got the Hierophant, and we have the 10 of Cups, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. So your current energy, whatever's happened, the Hierophant is here to say that whatever's happened in your recent past, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, it's sending you towards the 10 of Cups. We've got the 10 of Cups there, and that's the card of love and of joy and of all the happy things, of stability, of security, of family, of all those lovely things that we are all working towards in life. And we've got the 5 of Pentacles, and this tells us not to focus on the negatives, to not focus on the negative things in life, but to focus on the positives and being open and adaptable, as the fox and the ivy tells us, to new opportunities, just taking that leap of faith, just going with what comes your way. So, some future energy for you, Cancer. Okay, let's have a little bit of a look. Oh, this one's jumped out. We've got the Four of Cups. We have the Four of Swords, and we have Temperance. Let's have some clarifying cards for you. Oh, can't take all them, there's far too many. Don't forget, if you like the reading and you'd like to keep up with what's going on the channel, press like and subscribe. I'd love for you to become part of my community. We're starting to build a nice little community here filled with lovely people. So it'd be lovely if you could join us again. Okay, right, 3 more cards. We have the the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of, not wands, swords. And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so your future energy. We've got the 4 of Cups, and that is a card of maybe a little bit of disappointment, a little bit of feeling like things maybe aren't going the way that you want to. So in your future energy, maybe you might start to be feeling a little bit stagnant and a little bit, well, this isn't what I'd hoped for and this isn't how I thought it was going to go. But he's looking down at the 3 cups that are down in front of him here, but he's also being offered another cup, and that's exactly like it's like the cup in the Ace of Pentacles. It's coming out of a cloud with a hand, and he's being gifted something there. So don't sort of feel despondent in this future before the end of October. Because I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear, I've got a new puppy and she's really shouting. She's like, Mom, I need you. Yeah, she's in a box thing that she's absolutely safe, but she's not happy. I've abandoned her in her eyes. I'll be back to her very shortly. Don't worry, it's only been half an hour. Okay, so we've got the 4 of Cups, and don't be feeling despondent this month, thinking that things aren't going the way you want, because something's going to appear, something's going to be given to you that's going to help you to get exactly what you want, to get on that right path and to head in that direction. Don't forget our adaptability card. You need to be adapting to things, and sometimes things don't work out straight away. The direction that you go in, maybe it's like, oh yeah, no, I thought this was going to work out, but actually it's not for me. So do you know what? I'm going to go this way. And that's what the 4 of Cups tells us, that there's always an opportunity to be had. Don't just think that you're stuck with what you've got. We've got the 4 of Swords, and he's meditating. He's lay there, he's meditating, and he's deliberating, and he's figuring out what's next for him, I think, because he's, it's the 4 of Swords, and the Swords is all about the mind. It's all about, mental stuff. And I think he is just sort of, maybe having a bit of a regroup. He's decided that, things aren't going maybe the way that he wanted to. So let's have a bit of a regroup. Let's have a rest. Let's just, maybe it's a card that's going to tell you that you're just going to go off and tromp out in the woods for a few days, or go off camping for a few days, and just taking a break. And so that you can regroup, you can mentally regroup and figure out, what's next for you, what the next direction is. So we've got Temperance here as well. And she's all about finding balance, and she's all about, she's the alchemy card, so turning nothing into something. So maybe you're going to be getting an idea that's going to help you to create something, bring something into creation. Maybe a little idea, or it can just be you finding balance, because she's got a foot on the ground and she's got a foot in the water. She's very in contact with her intuition, a heart, a heart and a mind. We'll get that right in a minute. So she is very much working from both a heart and a mind. She's not just making choices based on heart, or just like a literal choice or a logical choice from the mind. She's mixing the two, and so that she's coming from a really strong place. And maybe that's what you're going to be doing with the Four of Swords. Maybe you need that quiet time, that downtime, that peace, so that you can figure out, that can come to you naturally. It's not going to be an effort, because I think sometimes when we can overthink things, when we're trying to find the answer, we can overthink it, or we can just be impulsive and go with our heart and what we think. But Temperance tells us that, maybe by taking that break, you can make really good choices based on your heart and your head that are going to be beneficial for you in the long run. We've got the Eight of Pentacles in our clarifying, and the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Pentacles is honing a skill. And also working hard. So maybe you're going to have to put a little bit of effort and use your knowledge and the skills that you've got already to help you to move forward on this new journey that you're taking, this new cycle of life. I'm drawn to the Ram and Dahlia there, determination. And so by using your skills, I think, and being really determined, then you've got the skills that you need to then move forward, moving towards wherever it is that you're heading, whatever your hopes, dreams are, the place that you're heading, your destiny. And then we've got the Eight of Swords, and she's here just to, don't overthink things. As we've said about the Four of Swords there, how taking some time to rest, to process things, and to just find some time to have some peace, so that everything can come into action. You can start figuring things out because you rested. And also Temperance is not letting your head lead or your heart lead, just finding balance. And so it's important to not overthink things, and not to sort of fall into a negative pattern of overthinking on this journey, I think. We've got the Knight of Swords here, and not to rush in and to make rash choices when you've not got all the information, I think is the message from him. So I think coming the end of sort of October, you're going to be sort of realising that you've got lots of options open to you. You need to be adaptable. You need to maybe take some time to reassess and to just regroup and to have a little bit of a rest, so that you can make some wise choices based on head and heart rather than one or the other. To really work hard and focus on the skills that you've got to help you move forward, and to be overthinking and not making any rash choices, I think, is the advice. I've dropped a card again. I'm going to get that because it wants to come out. We've got the Three of Wands, which falls in perfectly with what we've been talking about. This is our advice and guidance for the rest of the month of October for you, Cancer. And then I will get back to my screaming puppy. She's only 3 months old, so we've had her for a week, and she's it's like having a toddler and a newborn baby all in one, which is fun. Strength card, and we have the Devil card. Okay, so the Three of Wands is all about looking off onto the horizon and looking to what's next for you, to set off on a new journey, and to just being mentally prepared for that. I think a lot of the thing, because obviously you've had the Tower come in and swoop things from under you, and you've had to sort of make a pivot and start off on a new path. And I think the Three of Wands is just like mentally preparing you for that, to know that you are going to go off on this slightly different tangent, this different journey, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be the fool's journey, stepping out into this new onto this new horizon with the innocence of the fool. We've got the strength card. So this is about mastering your inner world. It's about having the strength to really push forward through the month, through any challenges that are thrown at you this month, because, you know, there's some change happening, and, you know, you need to not let your head overtake you and lead you into these negative patterns of behaviour, because we've got the devil here as well, and he always pops up just as a bit of a heads up for us to not fall into those lower vibrational ways of being. So that can be, you know, negative patterns of behaviour, negative thinking. It can be lower vibrational emotions like fear and greed and anger. And I think he always pops up as just a bit of a heads up to say, you know, you don't need those things. You need to keep on the positive side, the positive higher vibrational energies, and to really work through this, because you can do this. You know, you've got the skills that you need. We've got the Eight of Swords Pentacles there. You've got all the skills that you need to move forward into this new phase of life. It's going to be good. It's going to be, you know, have its challenges, but you need to stay on the positive side of it, because it's, you know, you are going to get there. You can, and you will. So, Cancer, I hope that's resonated with you in some way. I'd really would love to know your thoughts, and, you know, if you want to leave a comment, that would be really, really helpful to me. And again, if you want to like and subscribe, if this is your thing, that would be amazing too. In the meantime, have a really fabulous October, and I really look forward to seeing you again soon.